What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Hopefully you guys are doing good, doing great. You know what's crazy? Just a few minutes ago, I started a live stream, but it was actually a test. I thought that I was on private. Fortunately, I wasn't naked. It was a test. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's working properly. So what's up? Hopefully you guys are doing good or doing great. Everything is pumping. BTC is freaking pumping. ETH is pumping. Actually, let's go ahead and check that trading view. BTC, see on super chart. God damn it. So we are already at 67K. So most likely we're going to break the all-time high this week or even today. So yeah. Hey sir, doing pretty good. And yourself? How big could the Aevo, I guess, is what you're trying to say. If I made over 20K volume in pre-farming and 500K in farming, I'm pretty sure you're gonna receive a good airdrop out of it. Invested everything in farming or holding in liquidity pools. Nothing pump from me. Yeah, actually we're gonna be covering that in just a second because I'm getting that question a lot if you should be farming or just investing. So just using some stats which could provide better benefits overall. So yeah, obviously we can cover that. One sec. So in terms of farming or investing, here's how I see it. One of my first or my best investment for 2023, I think it is Optimism, which I purchased at 90 cents, 94 cents. So right now I'm a little bit over 4x's in total. Arbitrum like 2 to 3x's, DYDX like 4x's. So yes, obviously that's a pretty good gain. But also you need to calculate for how long I have been investing into these projects. So for DYDX, for Optimism, I think I have been holding for almost a year. And even though I'm going to be receiving right now, if I cash out, I can receive 4x's. So let's say that if I put in back in 2023, 1K, right now I should have 4K. Yeah, sounds pretty good. But with 1K, I can also farm so many projects. So that's why I always say you should have 1K, $500 that you can dedicate only for farming, and everything else should be for long-term investing. I have never said that if you have 1K or $10,000 that everything should go into farming. Always. Obviously, no. How I said is maybe 10% of my funds will go into farming, then 90% is for long-term investment. So again, 1K invested back in 2023, let's say in Optimism, in DYDX, or any of those tokens. Right now, I should have anywhere between 4K to 5K. Now, with 1K, I am able to farm Scroll, Aevo, Fluidity, Hyperliquid, Drift, so many things at the same time that if you calculate it, once we receive those airdrops, do you really think I'm not going to be able to receive at least $10,000 from all of these airdrops? For me, it is obviously yes. That's why I don't really play a lot with adding liquidity, because for me, if I have 1K, I want to rotate that into as many projects as possible so I can receive 10K, 20K, 30K from an airdrop. Now, if I have that locked into a liquidity pool, obviously, yes, I might receive that airdrop, but that is only one airdrop. So yes, I do think it is worth it if you have enough funds to play with some airdrops, because in the end, receiving a 10x from an airdrop or from a project, it is already hard to get. So 10x's, it is not that easy. So if you receive 10x from 1K, that is obviously 10K. But again, if you're farming linear, if you're farming ZK, Layer 0, Drift, Kinza, and many others, in the end you should be making way more than 10, 20k if you do it right. So yes, for me, I do think it is worth it. Nice to have you back, Daddy. Can we still get something from Parcl Airdrop if I join in Season 3? Actually, yes, but I do think you need some size. So that means you need to be using a lot of funds, or at least you need to go crazy with some leverage trading. So yes, it is possible. I do think if you start today, most likely you should receive something good out of it. But obviously don't expect something like 5k, 3k. Yes, you're going to be receiving something, but most likely it is not going to be crazy. Still no update for Fluidity. Actually, yes. For Fluidity, if we do this, one second. Here it is. So Fluidity is having an ICO for their token, which will be on March 14, and that is on Mobi. So most likely ICO should last like 1 week, 7 days, give or take. So I am expecting the TGE by the end of this month. Worst case scenario, maybe next month, but hopefully it can be this month. I really hope so. So for now, just wait, because we should get the TGE, and after that it should be the airdrop, or maybe the same at the same time. So both of them at the same time. For Layer Bank, to be honest, I don't know, because I removed my funds from Layer Bank, so I'm not really tracking it. For Meteora, no update. We're just taking for now. Thought also on contributor. For what? Not sure. So your video on Zetachain, you said you were doing it on multiple wallet, but remember for testnet claim, they asked us to KYC. What if they do something with mainnet airdrop? For Zetachain, I already have some family and friends that I can use to do the KYC, so that's why I'm using multiple wallets. So yes, I have my wife. I also have my little brother, so I'm basically covered on that. News on W token. No news, to be honest. No news yet. What about the airdrop for grass? I'm not doing it. It is not a project that I really like. I'm not really interested into it, so no. Can I start farming Hyperliquid now? Yes, Hyperliquid is another project that I wanted to cover. Because one, there is a lot of FUD on Hyperliquid because of the liquidations happening. What the fuck? That wasn't the website. Hyperliquid.xyz. As you can see, I almost click on a fake website. So you guys can see here, there was a liquidation, here another liquidation, here and here. So there is a lot of people leaving Hyperliquid, and how I see it, I think it is the best time to start farming Hyperliquid or increase our volume on the platform. Because one, if there is less people using Hyperliquid, that means the 1 million points are obviously going to be divided into less people. But also, guys, if we are receiving 1 million points, and I know now it is harder to get points, but that means it is harder for you and it is also harder for me to get some points. So in the end, we're basically on the same path. So it doesn't really matter. Just focus on your ranking and not really on the points. Because in the end, let's say there is 1 million users receiving 1 point. That doesn't mean that by the end of the event, we're going to be receiving $2 per point. I do think it will be based on our ranking. So just focus on continue using it, taking some more position, adding volume, and focus on your ranking. That's it. That's how I see it. When do you think ZK Sync is coming? How many wallets are you farming? Myself? Only one. I would never farm more than one wallet, sir. When ZK Sync is coming, most likely Q2 is what I'm expecting. Probably. So we are March. I'm guessing before June. I really hope so. Before June. Yeah. If the snapshot is taken for ZK Sync, we don't know, to be honest. And whoever you're seeing that says yes or no, they're just talking BS. Because in the end, they're not a developer for ZK Sync. They don't work at ZK Sync. We don't know. In the end, we're just influencers, and the same information that you guys have is the same information that we have. Like, there is no one on Twitter that has the contact of the CEO of ZK Sync, and they're chatting every day, and magically he's leaking if they already took the snapshot or not. That doesn't make sense. They're a company that is worth billions of dollars, so in the end, we're not managing, or we don't have that type of information. Just keep farming it. If you're starting today, maybe move into something else. But if you already added a lot of volume, some transaction, just keep using it. Maybe 1 or 2 transactions per week. That should be more than enough. Is it too late to to start farming Zetachain? No, it is not, because it is based on the amount of points. It doesn't really matter when you start, but obviously the later you do, less points you're gonna be receiving. What are the best airdrop that I can start farming today, which have airdrop in near future? Yeah, let me go ahead and cover that first. Quick drink. So I'm still going to be creating a video for this so it can be shorter. Minimum profit to expect from ZK Sync. A lot of money. Like, dude, a lot of money. Obviously, that depends if you're starting or if you start 2 months ago. But I know myself I'm going to be making way more than 20K, 30K from ZK Sync. I'm pretty sure. I started farming ZK Sync like 1 day after they started ZK Sync era, and I was already using ZK Sync Lite for 2 months prior to that. I have more than 40K in volume, almost 300 transactions. Use the native bridge. I have Omnibus. I actually was eligible for minting it. I have my Gitcoin passport over 20. I have used maybe 100 contracts, 93 or 100. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be receiving, at least on that wallet, more than 10K. Pretty sure. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some of the projects that we are expecting for this month. Number 1, Aevo. You guys already know that we have been farming Aevo. They have the last phase, which, to be honest, you're not gonna be receiving a crazy airdrop out of it if you're starting today. I still think if you wanna play with Aevo and still receive an airdrop, you can do so, because in the end, so right now I have $1 million in volume. I also had like 300K in volume before the farming boost. And right now you can still participate, but this one, it will be adding 1 to 4 X's on your volume. So it is not really worth it, just like the previous one. But in the end, I do think if you spend like $20, $10 on Aevo, most likely you're going to be receiving something bigger than that. So yeah, if you guys want to play with it, there is a link in the description for that. Super easy to do. The airdrop will end in 3 days, and we should expect the airdrop mid-March, even though I do think they're gonna take a little bit more time than that, but most likely it will be this month. Also, Fluidity most likely should be this month. Other than that, we have Kinza, which is confirmed for this month, guys, finally. So if you haven't started, obviously you can. It is quite easy to have a good ranking on Kinza, even though there is 81,000 users. But if right now you do the test and you go ahead and connect your wallet for the first time on Kinza, it will show that there is a new user on the platform. And obviously you're not a user because you're not adding funds on the platform, but it looks like on numbers that you are a new user. So most likely I'm expecting that maybe 40,000 of those users are going to be receiving the airdrop. There is a 5% allocated for the airdrop. And right now I think the TVL is around $300 million. So most likely it should open at that price. That is another one. Other than that, Fluidity, Aevo, we have Scroll, which I have mentioned that before, even though I'm not expecting the airdrop for this month. But if you want to receive something good out of it, make sure that you start today. Make sure. What else? LogX, the airdrop event is actually ending tomorrow. I do have a video on that. Go ahead and check it out if you need to add some more volume. The airdrop event is ending tomorrow. Then by March 20, we're going to be receiving the total points. By then, after that, most likely next month, we should be receiving the airdrop for LogX. For Orderly, we don't really know. I don't think it will be this month or next month. Maybe by Q2, maybe by Q3. I'm not sure because there is no real information about it. But LogX, we know that it is confirmed. Parcl is another one that is confirmed for next month. So there is a lot of projects that you guys can get involved today and still receive a good airdrop out of it. But the big airdrops, usually we don't have the dates. We just need to wait, which is Scroll, which is ZK Sync, Layer 0, so on and so forth. It does take a lot of time. Like, for example, my first airdrop was actually Arbitrum, and I had to wait 9 months until I received my airdrop. I have been farming ZK Sync for the past 13 months, over a year. So, just because you started the other day doesn't really mean that you're going to be receiving an airdrop right away. It takes some time. Other than that, Drift, which is another one that the point system is ending, I think, in 2 months or 7 weeks, give or take. So most likely after that, we should be receiving the airdrop. Hyperliquid, the point system is ending next month. So most likely after that, we should be receiving the airdrop. If you have been using Layer 0, also make sure to add some volume. And I think that's it. Like for the confirmed ones, I think these are actually the best one. Arc airdrop. Arc airdrop for me is a bullshit because I actually used the testnet and never received something out of it. I actually maxed out the point on testnet, and I am still waiting for the airdrop. That was like 7 months ago. So yeah. Do I think ZK Sync snapshot taken? No, I don't think so until we get the official announcement. Yeah, but not 30K for one wallet. What do you mean? 30K? 30K profit for one wallet? Yes, you can. Actually, you can. From ZK Sync, not 30K, but most likely you can get 15K. Guys, remember, Arbitrum airdrop is actually smaller than ZK Sync. The valuation of Arbitrum is actually smaller than ZK Sync. ZK Sync, I think it is like 5 times bigger than Arbitrum. And I still receive 3.6x. The maximum allocation for Arbitrum, back then it was 19K profit. So USD, 19K. So do you really think ZK Sync airdrop is not going to be the same? Now, if you're starting today, no, you're not going to be receiving 15K, you're not going to be receiving 10K. Obviously, no. But most likely, if you started back in 2023, if you have a lot of transactions, most likely you can receive 10K. I had 400K volume in Hyperliquid. Is it good? Yeah, try to push it to 1 million if you can. Jumper, no information about it. We're still waiting. It will either be for Jumper or for Li-Fi, so we don't know. Li-Fi is the parent company of Jumper. Sorry, getting on late. Got Aevo up to over 1 million. Do you know when we will get the token? This month. Yeah, this month. Mid-March. What about Orderly and LogX? Already covered that. LogX event ends tomorrow and we will get the total points by March 20. So most likely next month we should get the airdrop for LogX. I have been farming ZK Sync since last month. Can I expect something decent? Yeah, but make sure that you're using or that you use the native bridge, that you have a lot of diversification on your wallet, enough volume, and also Gitcoin passport. Other than that, you should be good. Also, you can check your stats on Trustalabs. Currently, I have 53k points in Logos. That's good, pretty good. What about MarginFi and Camino? To be honest, I have been waiting for years for MarginFi and Camino. I don't think we will be receiving Camino anytime soon because they mentioned that they're gonna come with a referral system which is not yet active. So most likely we first need to get the referral system, and after that we might get TGE. So still waiting. MarginFi, maybe we might get it soon. So maybe Q2, hopefully, or Q3. I don't know. What's your view on hot mining from Near? I don't know. Never heard of that. I'm not a user of Near protocol. Not anymore. So you're gonna try and claim airdrop now that is live. Do you think it is a scam? I don't think it is a scam. Like, the platform works. It is good. I just think they're being very poor with the allocation. I'm not even trying. And I saw that there is a lot of people trying to connect their wallet. So I know there is some issues with connecting Kepler and also Lip. How much can we expect from Zetachain mainnet airdrop? I don't know. Depends on your points. There is a lot of users right now. But how I see it, I actually see farming projects just like a trade. If you guys have ever traded, you guys know about risk management, which is taking a position that you're risking 1%, but you're trying to make 2%. So how I see it for Zetachain is that I'm going to be spending maybe $5 in total because gas fees are super inexpensive. The time that I'm going to spend on Zetachain also is around maybe 30 minutes per week, because you only need to do it just once a week and then wait for the next week to update. So if you calculate that, let's say 10 weeks, you spend maybe 5 hours, and then in total you spend like $5 or $10 in total. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be receiving more than $10 for your airdrop. Now the total, I don't know. I cannot speculate on the amount. But for the testnet, I know that I made around $600, so I'm pretty sure that I can receive more than that for mainnet. Can I start farming scroll now? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, obviously. Bro, my ZK sync rank showing NFT Copilot is 30k, but on Trust Labs is 170. Which one is true? None of them. None of them are true. Each one of them are using different metrics to track your ranking. Trust Labs is kind of more complete, but also sometimes I think it is dumb. Like, for example, there is something that is called identity. You need to have so many things to have your identity perfect, which I don't really think you need to have it to receive an airdrop. With your Gitcoin passport is more than enough. But again, that's how they're tracking it. So, I don't know. What about Biobo? I don't know how to say it, to be honest. The token is live, yes, but not the airdrop. So you guys can continue to farm it. But I'm not really expecting something crazy out of it. Can we take out funds from Orderly and LogX accounts? Yeah, for sure. Doesn't really matter. Am I doing Berachain? Yes, I am. What about Metas Layer 3 quest? Make sure to do it if you can. I do think it is worth it. Kind of boring, to be honest. But go ahead and do it. Can we start farming Drift Protocol today? Yes, sir. If I mention something, it is because I do think there is still time to farm it. Doesn't really matter because Drift will be, your points will be based on the amount of volume that you have. So it doesn't really matter if you start today, tomorrow, in a week. Just try to add as much volume as possible to get a lot of points. Basically, that's the end goal. Just a lot of volume, a lot of trades. Just open, close your trades, back and forth. Doesn't really matter, and try to get as many points as possible. Also, Drift is not that over farm. I think they have like 40k users, 50k users, and again, you guys know that maybe 33% of those users, they don't really have a lot of points. So it will be quite easy for you to get and top maybe 10k, 15k, and I'm sure you're gonna be receiving a good airdrop out of it. Also, they raised some money, like $28 million, so not bad at all. Nibiru chain, I did it. I have like 90k points, just waiting for the airdrop. Yeah, nothing really important. Any airdrop on Avalanche ecosystem? To be honest, I'm not really active on AVAX. I guess there is some projects on AVAX, but I try to stay on what I do understand. But yeah, most likely there could be an airdrop on Avalanche, but I haven't looked for it. Wolfi and Orderly Galaxy campaign, looking bunkers, 10 million volume to get the best NFT. Yeah. I do need to do an update on that, but there is a Galaxy campaign, which let's go ahead and open that right here. Galaxy for Orderly, which is a few tiers. So there is the first one, which is 1,000 volume on Wolfi. There's another one which is 10k, then 100k, then 1 million, and the last one, oh no, actually there was one for 5 million, and the last one for 10 million. I think for you to get the 1 million, it might cost like $100 or $200, depending on the amount of funds that you have available, because the more X's that you take for leverage, obviously it will be more expensive. So 1 million, expect to spend maybe $200. So 10 million, most likely $2,000 or even more than that. So for me, that's a no-no. I'm not gonna try to go to $10 million. Makes no sense. I'm not gonna spend $2,000 on that quest because I already spent like $70 on LogX. Also spent some bucks, like $10, give or take, on the other Wolfi competition. So doesn't make sense. What's the cheapest swap to use on ETH mainnet? None of them. Everything is expensive. Welcome back. Welcome back, my friend. Any airdrop for a Polkadot. I am not a user of Polka. I think I have never used Polkadot in my life. So no. I told all my family to farm Zcain 10 wallets. All funds come from 2 sources with some mix. At the beginning we did same transaction, but then behavior was on different days. Should we be worried for Sibyl? If you are not sending your funds back to the same CEX, the same depositing address, most likely there is no way for them to track your family, your friends. So no, you should be good. Because everything that they're tracking is what is on chain. So if you go and look for your transaction, if you cannot see anything that is connected with other wallets, then you're good. Because obviously they're not really looking into each one of them. They're going to be creating a script. If they're connected to the same CX or the same wallet, most likely that's when you're going to be removed or marked down as a Sibyl. Is there any one stone, two birds airdrop like campaign going on, similar to Orderly and LogX? One stone mode maybe, but to be honest, I'm not that excited on the projects on mode. I'm obviously super excited for mode, but like the smaller projects, Kim Exchange and many others, yes, you can receive an airdrop out of them, but I'm not sure it is going to be something huge. For mode, yes, I know that I'm gonna be making a shit ton of money, because right now I think my ranking is like 300, so I'm doing pretty good on mode. But other than that, no, I don't think so. I don't think, maybe ZK Sync and all those, but we also have no information on all those, so I don't know. To be honest, I have been taking some position on all those for the past year, yeah, for over a year most likely, and still no information about it. Still, I use it because I like it and it is super cheap. How much can we expect from Milky Way airdrop? Oh yeah, Milky Way, that's another one, which is a top priority for me. I have 1k points till now. Most likely, if you are top 5%, you should be making a few Ks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6k. I do think it is going to be a massive airdrop, but you need to be at a good position. Have you heard of Haven 1? No. I don't know what it is. Aleo, however you said. I'm not really a farmer of that project, so I don't know. Using a sync native bridge only once. $100. Yeah, I think so. Could be. Right now it is extremely expensive if you want to repeat the process. Like I actually checked today to send some funds from Scroll, or actually from ETH mainnet to Scroll using the native bridge. It will cost you $70 to do that. And I did the same like 2 weeks ago and it was like 15. So yeah, kind of expensive. What are my views on Kilo X and Kinza? Kinza airdrop is this month. So expect the airdrop pretty soon, most likely maybe mid-March, by the end of March. I am ranking pretty good on Kinza. I have allocated around 3k and I'm also looping. I have been doing it for the past, we're in March, 3 months, I think. So my ranking is around 3.7k. But still, if you're starting today, most likely you can receive a good airdrop out of it. Because there is not a lot of users with a lot of points. So it is quite easy. Have you seen the Omnibus Quest campaign that is going around? I don't think so. I don't think it is legit. Unless you saw it on the official X account for ZK most likely it is fake. Anybody can create a quest. I can. Are you farming zero land? Yes, I am. If it is worth it, I don't know. I just allocated a little bit of funds, but nothing crazy. I actually had just a little bit of ETH, I think it is what I'm using. But I'm not really expecting nothing crazy out of it. Just a little bit of funds, nothing else. When I use ETH, I always feel that I have better players like Sol in the market, and these fees make me bearish for fees. They're really pathetic. Yeah, I know. That's why I don't really talk about Eigenlayer, Etherfi, what else? Whatever, or Athena, because the fees are just so expensive that for me it makes no sense. Oh my god. Sorry. Which, by the way, in the description, I actually started, I think, 4 days ago, a newsletter, which is for a daily farming guide. So basically what I'm doing is cutting through the noise and sending you guys one guide per day to farm, obviously high quality and obviously top priority airdrops. So make sure to check it out. It is in the description. If you want to support, I think that is the only way that you guys can support the channel. And obviously liking and sharing with some friends. So go ahead and check it out. I have 1,000 points in 2 wallets for Kinza Finance. How big the airdrop can be. I saw some speculation that if you are within the 1k, you should be making something like 3 to 5k. So yeah. And again, it is so easy to farm Kinza. That's why I'm doing it. because you're not spending money, you just need to stake some funds. I also trust them in comparison to others since it is backed by Binance. How to earn points for drift? Just by trading. You can also earn some points by swapping, but obviously you make more points if you're trading with some leverage. That's the only way. If you're adding liquidity, you cannot earn any points. I have 5,000 points on Kilo X from 2 wallets. How big the airdrop can be? Guys, I don't know. I cannot speculate on this type of airdrop. I can only speculate on blockchains because usually these are the type of airdrop that I receive or I study the most. But for things like Kilo, Hyperliquid, we don't know because they're kind of new. And the airdrop for these projects are kind of new. So we don't have a lot of data on them. We will be rich by December 24. Actually, I do think so. Yeah. There is so many airdrops right now. So many. That's why I always say, or I was trying to explain previously. Investing or farming airdrops. Obviously, investing first, but I still want to have like 1K to farm as many airdrops as possible. The one that I don't need to leave my funds on. So Scroll, so Drift, Kinza, because I can take a loan against it, Aevo, and many others. We have so many airdrops right now that by June, I think we should be receiving 10 to 15 airdrops. So most likely we should be making more than 20K. And that is not even counting ZK Sync, which I'm pretty sure I will be making more than 20K for ZK Sync alone. I have some friends and family, which is in total 7 wallets for ZK Sync. Layer 0, like 4 wallets. Linear, like 3. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be making something good out of it. We just need to wait. That's it. Patience. Hey man, what strategy do you have for making good amount of points on mode? Actually, the thing that actually works for me is that I send a lot of money to mode. A lot. I bridge 3 Ethereum to mode because I really wanted to get a lot of points, so that's why. Other than that, just use it every day. In the end, it doesn't really matter the amount of funds that you're using. So volume, it doesn't really matter. But if you're staking into an LP, yes, it matters. But also fees burn is what is important. So taking 1 or 2 transactions per day, yeah, it might help. But if you're taking 10, it will be obviously better. Usually I'm taking 10, 15 transactions per day. I'm burning like $10 on mode per day. How much can I make if I have 7K rank? Rare. 7K ranking on Kinza? Not sure. Is there still time to farm Kinza? Yes. If you have enough funds. So with Kinza, your airdrop is solely based on liquidity you provide. Also, is it too late to provide liquidity to qualify for the airdrop? No, you can still provide some liquidity, but you don't need to borrow. It doesn't really matter if you're borrowing on Kinza. It doesn't increase your points. You just need to stake some funds, to supply some funds. But obviously, if you need some liquidity, you can borrow against it. What I did is that I'm using USDC. So I know it is not volatile. So I stake like 3K, I think it is. Then I borrow against it, stake again, and then remove my funds as a loan. So I have like 5K staked. Can we start mode from now? Yes, you can, but obviously don't expect a super massive airdrop out of it. But the airdrop is confirmed for next month. So if you want to receive something next month, for sure, go ahead and test it out. Most likely, you're not going to be losing a lot of money. The only thing is, using the native bridge right now can be quite expensive because of ETH fees, unfortunately. I do have a video on it, so you guys can check it out. Just type defichronicles mode airdrop and you will see the video. 7K on Kinza. Nice. Nice. That's pretty good. Most likely, I'm guessing that you should be receiving a few Ks, maybe 1, 2, 3K from Kinza, if they do things right. For linear airdrop, I have 2000 LXP till now. I am also doing linear park. Is the linear airdrop saturated now? I don't think so, because most people are not really farming the events or not doing the events. For example, myself, I have 4 wallets or 3 wallets on Linea, but I'm only using or doing the event with one of them. So most likely they're going to be allocating more funds into the LXP. More airdrop, a larger airdrop. What can I do on Kinza? Supply some funds, nothing else. It is a lending and borrowing platform. That's it. Are you doing Parcl Airdrop? Yes, I am. I'm not really expecting something huge out of it, but yes. If you guys want to start Parcl, and you need a referral code, just type defichronicles. But yes, you do need some funds to farm Parcl, but since it is for the next month, why not doing it? Is it too late to farm Aevo? I could allocate about $30 to do it. Don't know if it is worth it. Most likely yes, but don't expect something like $5,000 out of it. Maybe you could 3x your money starting today. So yeah. Obviously you can try. How about friend tag? Nah, I don't use that. I'm not using friend tag. I used that back in the day when it was like super hot, but not using it. It is not something that I'm really interested in, to be honest. Let me show you guys this. Since you had so many questions for Kinza, so for Kinza, there is 83,000 users. And the total value lock is at $285 million. So most likely they should open at $300 million. So 5% of $300 million is 15 million for the airdrop. Most likely they could open a little bit higher than that. So expect the airdrop to be anywhere between 15 up to maybe $20 million, which is not bad at all. Again, 80,000 users, you can remove like 30-40%, which are not going to be receiving the airdrop. Not all of them are actually staking. I have like 4 wallets on Kinza and only 2 of them I am staking. So when do you think ZK Sync will give the airdrop? Maybe Q2, but nobody knows. Just got here. Did you give a view on ZK Sync airdrop soon? Not really. Again, nobody knows. Like, guys, don't follow what they're saying about ZK Sync. That the snapshot was taken. In the end, they don't know. Nobody knows. I don't know. The other influencer doesn't know. Nobody really knows. The only people that really knows are the ones that are working at ZK Sync. Most likely, they will not be sharing that information. ZK Sync is a massive company, guys. It is not worth $1 or $2 million. It is worth $4, $5, $6 billion. So trust me, they are not leaking that information. They are not that dumb. We are the ones that are dumb. Do you think Rainbow Wallet will do an airdrop? I mint Rainbow NFT, few months back. Now my rank is 2K. Nice. Yeah, most likely they will do an airdrop. And also the wallet is pretty good. I do like it. I have ST or A in my wallet. How can I make the best use for it? On Demex. It is available on Demex. One sec. I think it is available here. STA. Yeah, here it is. You can stake it on Demix. So you can get some point towards the airdrop for Demix. Any news on Orbiter L2? Nobody knows. And also the airdrop is not coming anytime soon. They mentioned by the end of 2024. So obviously we're just starting 2024. So expect the airdrop for Q3, Q4. If you had to pick one airdrop for someone to start today, which one would you suggest? Depends on your size. Man, there is a lot of airdrop. And also, it really depends on your knowledge on airdrops. But I would say, let's see. If I had to pick one. Maybe Scroll. Maybe Scroll. I think it would be Scroll, even though it is extremely expensive right now. But I would say Scroll because it is on the farm. If you want one to receive it pretty quickly, so basically this month, just for you to get excited with airdrop and receive something good out of it, I would say Kinza, but you do need some funds to play with it. Like if you're allocating $200 today, most likely you're not going to be receiving an airdrop out of it, or not something good. Yeah, most likely Scroll. Scroll would be the one. What is the best site for checking an airdrop ranking? There is a lot of them, but just for you to know, they are not accurate. There is no site that is 100% accurate. You can use Windsor, zksync.netlify. What is the other one? NFT Copilot, but none of them are 100% accurate. It is next to impossible for them to get all the information. I have tried it. I know how to create an API, and you actually need all the contracts added to the code. So they might miss a contract from, I don't know, let's say autos or anything else. Usually it is not 100% correct, unfortunately. Airdrop season on ETH is coming to an end, and Gwei is, yeah, again, as I mentioned before, that's why I'm not getting involved with Eigenlayer, with Ethena, with Ethify. Makes no sense. I have someone that allocated some money into Ethena, and I think he spent like $273 just on gas fees. Guys, just on gas fees. With $273, I can farm Scroll and push it to top 1%, top 0.5% with $200, $300 quite easily. So I'm not gonna spend $300 just on one project on ETH mainnet. Makes no sense for me. Now, if you guys have the funds to burn, go for it. Any feedbacks on airdrop for a stake in TIA or Osmosis? Nothing, unfortunately. Is it too saturated to farm Eigenlayer? I don't know because I'm not getting involved with it, unfortunately. What happened to ZK EVM? To Polygon? ZK EVM? I'm not farming that, and I am not expecting an airdrop out of it. I use it a few times, but I'm not really expecting an airdrop out of it. They also mentioned that they're not going to be creating another token for a ZK EVM. So it will be the same Matic. So how much or how many Matic they can allocate for an airdrop, I don't know. Maybe if they do an airdrop, it will be something just like Mento, which was pretty bad. People were posting them trying to withdraw from Pike, and gas was 128. Yes, I think that is because they are actually removing the funds from ETH mainnet, then sending it to Base, and then from Base they send it to your wallet or to Arbitrum and then to your wallet. So I think it is like a 3 process. That's why I only allocated 10 Arbitrum on Pike. I have stake on Milky Way in Demex. How much can we expect from me? That is really your favorite question, guys. I don't know. I cannot speculate on the amount we can expect from an airdrop. We don't have that type of information. We don't. Again, the only thing that I can provide some info is what we have data on. We don't have anything like Demex. If you think about it, we haven't received a project or a type of project like this back in 2023, back in 2022. So yeah, I don't know. And also, I don't think we know the amount of points that we have. Let's see. Yeah, we don't even know the amount of points. Yeah, we don't know. So yeah, again, I cannot only talk about the project that I have data on, which is Arbitrum, which is Optimism, things like that I actually receive an airdrop PIF, airdrop. Other than that, I don't know. So yes, I can speculate on blockchains, but other than that, I don't know. I have 300k volume on Aevo from 2 wallets. What is the airdrop ratio? I don't know. They haven't provided that information, and also it will depend on the phase that you participated. So let's say that you did it before the farming boost. Most likely your airdrop allocation will be bigger. Then if you also participated on phase 2, that is another increase. But the main one is pre-farming boost. I have multiple accounts, but funding from the same account, no transfer back to the source account, will be considered as bill even if they're real, and multiple transactions on mainnet. When Xblocks, you funded your MetaMask account using what? Another MetaMask account or a CX? Do I know something about Biobo, however you say it? Nothing. I'm just waiting. So yeah, Xblocks, if it is from another MetaMask wallet, yes, they are connected. But if what you're using is a CX, then they are not connected. Okay, so now we know. Now we know. At least, do you know how many tokens you're receiving for ARC? I don't even know. I haven't checked. Oh, another MetaMask. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yup, they're connected. They are connected, unfortunately. Now, most likely, yes, you can receive an airdrop. It really depends on the project. And for Zcain, they already mentioned that there will be airdrop into everybody. Now, most likely for these other wallets, you're going to be receiving less, but still, you can continue to use them. Maybe try to focus on one. Get a Gitcoin passport. Try to use it as much as possible. Try to use different projects. And that's it. But yes, they're obviously connected. They are. But Zcain already mentioned that even if we are Sybil, we're creating multiple wallets, we're still going to be receiving an airdrop, but it might be smaller. What should be the minimum PIF stake needed to be required to qualify for multiple airdrop? I see they're increasing the limit. I got disqualified for ARC airdrop by just 100 PIF. Yeah, they're playing the same game just like TIA. So first it was 1, after that it was 20, after that it was 35, now it is 100. No, 105 I think it is. Which, if you think about it, they're just trying to disqualify as many people as possible. So basically we just need to play the same game. So I guess next time is what, 205? 1 million TIA stake? I don't know. For PIF, try to think about an amount that you would like to do and then change it. So let's say if you are at 1.1, next target should be obviously 1.5. Again, most likely they're thinking about 1.5, so increase that to maybe 1.7, 1.850, or even more than 2,000. But to me, it makes no sense. Oh, so claiming ended. Ah, okay. Fuck them. Cool. Do you think 1k points on Kinza will give you an airdrop? What is your ranking? No, wait, my points on Kinza. Yeah, I think so. I think my points are 2k or 1.8. So yeah, so you should be top 10k if I am not mistaken. CX to wallet is safer. Yeah, 100%. They cannot track a transfer from CX to your wallet. That is not trackable because the funds are coming from the CX and not from your wallet. Thanks. The problem is that I have volume on all of them. Main one with 20k, but others around 400. Yeah. Again, most likely you should be receiving the airdrop. But in the future, all of these wallets, unfortunately, are connected. If you send me your wallet address, I can just paste it into the blockchain explorer and I will see that you have sent some funds to other wallets. It is quite easy to check. And I'm not even a developer and I can do it. I have 500k volume on Hyperliquid for 2 wallets, but still the points received are very low. Very low. Doesn't really matter. Again, I mentioned that at when we're starting this. The same amount of points that you're receiving or the same amount of points that I am receiving. So in the end, everybody is receiving smaller amount of points. So you are not doing something wrong. It is just now, it is harder to get some points. So just focus on your ranking and not the points. It doesn't really matter. I don't think the airdrop will be based on points. It will be based on the amount of ranking or what is your ranking. I don't see where the ranking is on Kinza. Click on airdrop. You should see it top right. After that, you will see your points. Scroll down completely and you will see your ranking right below. So airdrop, scroll down and you will see your ranking left bottom. Damn, you guys had a lot of questions today. A lot. So yeah, basically that's it. If you guys just started the live stream, just for you to know, again, there are some projects that I think we can make some money this month, which is Kinza. If you haven't started and you have some funds to play with, let's say that you're purchasing some ETH and you're not planning on selling it, just go ahead and stake some into Kinza. Doesn't really hurt. Zetachain, extremely inexpensive to farm. The only thing is, as someone mentioned, most likely they will ask to do KYC. So if you have some friends, some family that can do KYC for you, for sure go ahead and farm multiple wallets. I have, so I am okay with it. I'm gonna do KYC on all of my wallets. I have 4. But again, it is extremely easy. Most likely it will cost you like $5, $10 to farm Zetachain for the next few weeks. So today I think I spent like less than $1 on Zetachain. So again, super cheap. Then what else? Hyperliquid, again, unfortunately, since points are hard to receive right now, just focus on your ranking. That's it, because for everybody else it is hard to get some points. So just focus on the ranking and still adding some volume in. I also think that most people will also leave Hyperliquid just because they're thinking, oh no, right now it is hard to get some points, so it doesn't really matter. Let me go ahead and move my funds into something else. Then obviously now there is less people farming Hyperliquid, so more points for us that were still on the platform. So make sure to just continue and be consistent. And also the point system will end next month. So you only have like 40 days, 50 days to get involved with it. Drift, the same. We have like 7 weeks to get involved with Drift. I do think it is on the farm, like 40,000 users, 50,000 users. Scroll, make sure that you start today. You don't need to go crazy. I'm not saying that we're going to be receiving the airdrop for Scroll the next month, but if you don't start today, then you cannot recoup the minimum amount, which most likely might be something like StarkNet, which is 3 months active. Always make sure that you do 3 months active and then you bridge at least once using the native bridge, and then some volume. It looks like that volume doesn't really matter, which might only serve as a multiplier. But months active and also using the native bridge is super, super important. So yeah, and obviously keep using Zcain. We don't know if they took the snapshot, so just keep using it. Layer 0, also keep using it. Bungee, go ahead and use it because there is a campaign which you get some Arbitrum back super easy. So if you're sending some funds, let's say from Optimism to Arbitrum, you receive some Arbitrum, which is good. I think I took one transaction for $80, and I got like 1.5 Arbitrum as a reward. So not bad at all. That is like $3 in reward. So it is basically covering your bridge fees. So make sure to test it out. Let's see. Sniff, thanks. My pleasure, buddy. I guess you found it. Oh yeah, I see 6,085. Nice. Pretty good. That's a pretty good ranking. My pleasure, and thank you for the super chat. My ranking on Kinza is around 1.3k. Damn. That's a good ranking. You're actually doing better than me. My ranking is 3.5 or 3.4. I already created other separate wallets funded from CEX for other airdrop. I was stupid at that time. That's completely fine, dude. We live, we learn. In Twitter, they say CBILs will receive a symbolic amount. They're using AI to look for CBIL addresses. Yeah, that's why I said if you want to continue using it, go ahead and use it. And also, CBIL doesn't really mean that if you have two wallets, all of them are going to get banned. Most likely they have a maximum amount, but since I don't know what is the maximum, you don't know what is the maximum, I just stay away and I try to not link my wallets. Can you share how to increase your ranking on Hyperliquid? The only thing that I'm doing on Hyperliquid is just taking some transactions back and forth. Just adding volume, nothing else. Any updates on Supra? Oh my god, Supra. Who knows? I'm not even doing the quest anymore. ZK Sync said that they will reward CBIL too. Yeah, they said that. Yeah. So you can expect something out of it. But now the question is, for how long you have been using your other wallets. Do you have 0.005 ETH on all of your wallets? Did you use the native bridge on none of them? If you have been active for the past 3 months. So you need to take that into consideration. But yeah, that's it. I don't know if you guys have any other questions so far. Let me know. Let me go ahead and maybe cover a few other things. So yeah, for the one that let's do this. One thing that I have found, I'm farming Milky Way on 2 of my wallets. Guys, if you're not using some of the DeFi projects, I don't think you will be ranking or increasing your ranking anytime soon. To be honest, my ranking was pretty bad, and once I started using some of these ranking projects, some of the DeFi projects, that's when it started to get better. So make sure to do it. I'm in top 20% right now. I think I'm using 30 TIA, so not a crazy amount. And on my other wallet, I am top 10%. I think I have like 50 Milky Way. So make sure to use one of them. Maybe Demex, maybe Levana. I'm using Demex, Levana, and UX at the moment. What the fuck is Nodus? The cross-chain list protocol. What is that? You get up to 150 financing your initial investment while benefit from modeling current, or you can access to underlying leverage assets. As an active stakeholder, you will be rewarded for participating in the underlying consensus network. Blah, blah. Is the token for this out already? Backed by, why no, Aevo stake, token metric, Cointelegraph. Nation Crypto, I think they're a validator. Let me check this. If they have a token. Looks kind of interesting. Nautilus. Yeah, there is already a token. Nah, doesn't really matter. My ranking is 24k. Is that possible? Will I get some airdrop? Yeah, pretty sure you will. Thought on Metis airdrop. I think it is good to do, but I'm not really expecting something huge out of it, even though I am doing it. Do you know why Fluidity is taking so long? And is it the airdrop date? Guys, usually that is the time they take for the airdrop. Like, if you think about it, Arbitrum took the snapshot in, I think it was January. They did the airdrop in March. So that is 2 months after that. Starknet, they took the snapshot back in November. They did the airdrop in February. So that is around 3 months. So usually that is the time frame. Airdrops are not something that the airdrop event stops and then 2 days after that we receive the airdrop. It doesn't work like that. Most of the time, no. And if you do receive the airdrop that quick, usually it is a pretty bad airdrop. But the TGE looks like it is this month because the ICO is on March the 14th. So it should take like 7 days, 7 plus 14. So yeah, by the end of this month, we should get the TGE. I'm guessing. Do you know something about the Tycho airdrop? Nothing, to be honest. I did the quest on Galaxy. I have been using it. I have used Tycho many times. Actually, I think I have a video on Tycho. Let me check that out. Which was a super old video that I did. Let me check. 8 months ago, I did a video on Tycho. Yeah. 8 months ago. So I have been farming it for a long time. I am in top, let's see, do you know something about Tycho? More than 25 transactions and 5 smart contracts. I guess that is for ZK Sync. Yeah, good. In top 15% in Milky Way in one wallet and top 35% second wallet. How much can I expect from the airdrop? I don't know. I don't know how much you're going to be receiving. We don't know. Nobody knows. Are you farming Stride as well for Celestia? Actually, I am not. Even though I'm extremely bullish on Stride, I am also planning on purchasing some. The past few weeks, I have been purchasing a lot of crypto, guys. A lot of crypto. Most of the time, I don't share the amounts because what I'm doing is I have a wallet with my wife. So the both of us, we allocate some funds. And obviously, since it is between my wife and I, we don't talk about it. So basically, we're just buying and staking some funds. I don't even keep my seed phrase just so I know that I'm not going to be selling. So I'm just each week sending some funds there. Stride is one of the tokens that I'm planning to purchase. But what I'm going to be doing is also staking some ST Dimension, as you just mentioned, for Most likely they will have an airdrop in the future for Stride if you're staking some STDIM. So yeah, I do like it over the long run. Are you running some nodes? If yes, for which project? No, I am not. Too dumb to run nodes. More than 25 transaction and 4 and 5 smart contract for other ZK Sync wallets from the same account. Yes, that is important, but in the end, how many months have you been using it? That's what really matters. Oh, by the way, this is another one that I think we might receive an airdrop pretty soon for it. Squid Router. I'm not saying next month, I'm not saying in 2 months, but I do think maybe this year we should be receiving the airdrop. And again, everything is heating up right now. ETH most likely should be breaking all-time high this week. You guys can see how everything else is dropping because liquidity is actually moving into BTC and leaving all the other coins. But still, we don't have retail getting involved yet. So yeah, breaking all-time high will look pretty good. But until we get some retail people, I don't think all of these altcoins will move a lot. Most likely, once we reach something like 100K, then it will be on the news. Then that person will be, oh my God, BTC is 100K. Let me go ahead and purchase some. Most likely it will go to $10 million so I can be rich. Yeah, right. That's when you know you have to go. Actually, last bull run, I started selling because where I was working, I was working as a sales manager. One guy, which I don't know where he heard about crypto, started asking like, oh, are you involved in crypto? I just purchased some Shiba, some ADA, so Cardano. I'm like, okay, now is the time. Now is the time to sell everything because everything is gonna be crashing. So 6 separate ones and 1 EU owed. Yeah, that's great. Including ZK Sync Lite and testnet. Great. That's pretty good. Can you give me a list of top 10 airdrop that you're currently farming? I'm gonna do a video on it in just a second, or actually tomorrow. I'm gonna do it today and publish that tomorrow, so I can provide some more information about it because we're already almost done. I have to do something in just a second. Do we need a VPN for our different multiple wallets? Yes, you do. There is a link for a VPN in the description. Make sure that you're using one because it is super cheap. You might spend like $50 for the next 2 years, not monthly, but in total it will cost you like $42, $52, and it will be active for 2 years. So it is worth it. Been using ZK Sync. Should I do 50K bridge or not? Using for 9 months. Current 25K bridge. Do you mean bridge or swap volume? I mean, 25K volume bridge is more than enough. But if you want to, sure. Also, bridge volume only counts if you're using the native bridge. If you're using a third party, it doesn't really matter. What do you think about Kujira ecosystem? Will it get an airdrop to the Kuji stakers? Most likely yes, but I'm not doing it. I'm not a user of Kujira. Not a project that I really like. So yeah, I'm not really into it. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. Super happy to be back. Thank you guys for being here. Again, check the newsletter, which is in the description. If you're not in the Discord group, go ahead and join. Any questions, any doubts, just let me know in the Discord group. Bye-bye. Take care. Happy farming, guys. Much love.